So this is the, draw back here a little bit. This is a Fink salt spreader, stainless body. I replaced the motor on it already. They just rot out. Everything just takes so much abuse with the salt and stuff like that. So I put a new Briggs & Stratton motor on it. In fact, we have two of them and I've done both. But we had a problem down here with this gearbox. I replaced one already last year in the fall before the season started. So this one finally went. The drag chain's in good shape. I actually tore it apart right now. I split it. There's a joint, so we didn't have to turn it that far to get it. As you can see, I've made a complete mess on my floor at the moment. But yeah, so I got a couple bolts to take out. These pillar bearings here, I'll just cut them off and put new ones on. I have that one to go, and I have a bearing up here that definitely has to be cut off. They just get so rusted on, it's not even worth it. And then it'll have all new chains on it and all new gears. That this one's already new, but there's a gear underneath here that I'll have to cut off and I'll replace. So, and then these two big gears will have to be cut. Then usually cut them on both sides, and then I heat them up, and then I beat them or press them out of the shaft. So that's the way it is, but it's not a bad project. It's just dirty. So, well, that's what I'm working on today. So, well, that's what I'm working on today. So I hope everybody has a good day. Just a little update on my spreader project for this morning. I got the motor off, sitting over there. And then I got the whole platform that the motor sets on and that whole gear assembly out. I had to pull it all at one time. I had to use the platform here to help pry the motor out, because it actually, there's a lip on the back here. So when the chain comes over, it makes it gradual and pulls the salt with it down into the hopper here, and then the spinner down there throws it out. So I had to pop that out with the lid. So I'll get this all cleaned up and replace all the nuts and bolts and stuff like that. I'm waiting on the drive motor to come in, the gear reduction motor here. So I won't cut anything off of this until I get the new one in. I'll take some measurements, and then know where I need to lay those two sprockets out so that I can get them cut off and put all back together. So, but yeah, nice, messy, fun morning. So, have fun. Well, just a little update today. I got the motor and everything disassembled. You can see it's all nice and torn apart at the moment. Put some new skids on them. The old ones were shot. So I got them in this morning, got them knocked out. There's the plate that the motor sits on and the rest of the running gears attaches to. And got it sprayed down and took it out back and pressure washed the heck out of it. And got it all nice and clean now. It's not a greasy mess. So we're getting there. It's coming along. So right now I'm over here on the bench. And here's the reducer gear I got in. So I can get this right. So I still gotta take this plate off, but I can't take it off until I take these two off. So I'm gonna work on heating them up. And I got a little Allen here and one on the side here, and see if we can get them out. If not, I have to drill them and then have fun with it after that. So, but, I don't know. Hopefully it goes well. Just a little update. Hey, if you guys like my videos, and please subscribe and like them, and I keep making more. All right, thanks a lot. So I got this one side cut off, and what you have to do is cut it off, then heat up the sides of it, and just drive the rest of the shaft out of it. I use a big hammer. Once you get it moving, it'll move, but once it just takes that initial go, and then after that you're pretty good. So just beat it out, and it's down there laying on the floor cooling off right now. So tomorrow morning when I come back, I'll end up cutting it, taking these loose. I got both those out of the other shaft easily, so I'll try these and make sure I can get them. I'll cut it off here, and then I'll cut it off back in here, and then I'll get this piece off. The new gear motor has the shafts already on it, and they're already keyed here and up here where the other gear was for them to go back on. So there's not much measurement. I'll just leave them loose. I'll put everything together, and then I'll tighten them up at the end, and that way I get everything lined up real nice. So have a good day. Quick update here. I got the gears off. See, I had to cut it here, and then here's the gear for it. And I had to heat this flange up, let it cool off a little bit, and then you can beat them apart. And then I cut the section off here, and then the next gear back here. And then I had to burn it off of this right against the motor here, so that I can get it in the vise so I could beat it apart. And I got them, after I got them beat apart, you can see that they're all, this one's gray and it's got a lot of buildup on it. So I took a piece of emery paper and a round file real careful like, and cleaned up the inner surface so that it slipped back on the shaft here. And dig all it in. There we go. So all I'm waiting for now is for my buddy to come back with the plate that was on here, and we took it and had it cleaned up, and I'll put the plate on, and then we'll start putting the gears back together and heading in the right direction. So just a quick update. Oh, and I pulled the Woodruff keys out because the new one didn't come with it, and I do have new ones, but I inspected them and they're nice and flat, so I just laid them on a file and rubbed them back and forth a little bit just to clean them up so that they went back in their slots. So they weren't bad, or they didn't have any big gouges where there's been a lot of torque on them, so we're just going to reuse them and call it done. Alright, so far, as you can see, I got it pretty much back together. We got all new chains on it. I got the drag chains working well. Everything's lined up. So new pillar bearing. There's a new pillar bearing under there. The clutch was new, so I never replaced that, but we did fire it up before we had the spinner in, and just to check how the drag chain on the auger was doing. So I just have to tighten up the bolts here at the front on both sides. Get rid of my rag. But everything lines up really nice. So really happy with the way it came out. Just about there. Just got to put the lid on it and put it back in the truck. Nope, she's all done. Got the throttle cable hooked up and lid put back on, and had her fired up there a bit ago, and spins well and everything works properly like it should. And so we're all ready for the next salting event we have here. So thanks for watching. See ya.